And now, we bring you live to the already in progress trial of the people versus the SpongeBob episode I'm With Stupid. Pieguyrulz is taken to the defense of this episode, claiming that it is still a good episode. He's squaring off against the mysterious Mr. Enter, who claims it is an animated atrocity. Objections will be had. And now, the court case.
Now, I'd like to present my first bit of evidence. Here is my initial review of I'm With Stupid from my SpongeBob Season 2 review.
I'm With Stupid. SpongeBob acts dumb to make Patrick look smart in front of two complete strangers. I mean, his parents. My favorite part is SpongeBob's dumb act. But, is this episode acting dumb? Or is it quite brilliant? It is in fact quite brilliant. Yeah, this is a really fun one, seeing all the gags of SpongeBob acting stupid and then trying not to act stupid and still being called stupid with Patrick getting the credit for everything. This is another good example of how to do idiot jokes. Patrick, he's a little bit of a jerk here, but it works in the context of the episode. He's not really mean-spirited, he's just kind of being a jerk, and being Patrick, I would believe that he completely forgot that SpongeBob was a normal functioning person and wasn't a complete idiot. But yeah, it's a fun episode with a lot of good stupid gags. And when I say stupid gags, I mean intelligently written stupid gags.
As I have previously stated, this episode is empirically a good episode.
Hold it. I'm afraid I disagree. I found this episode a lot more mean-spirited than I found it funny. There was almost no transition from Patrick having fun with SpongeBob's stupidity to him being insulting and hurtful with it.
Now that you mention it, you aren't wrong. From a story structure, it really isn't how you would tell this kind of story. See Rule of Dumb for escalating jerkiness. Not that I'm defending that episode, just that's how the usual structure goes. In this episode, Patrick just immediately assumes the persona of being a complete jerk seemingly out of nowhere. I would argue, however, that although Patrick's a jerk to SpongeBob, nothing actually harms the sponge in the episode. From SpongeBob's perspective, he just gets a little bit embarrassed in front of what ends up being two total strangers.
I don't know how much that defense is going to hold up down the road. I mean, we've seen what pure teasing can do in episodes like Squidward.
Right, psychological torture is bad, but at least it isn't in any way a torture episode. I would rather watch SpongeBob feel bad for a bit than constantly be barraged with pain.
Right, but SpongeBob was just trying to help his friend, and it's not exactly a good thing when an episode punishes someone for it.
True, but SpongeBob had no obligation to stay. He could leave at any time, and he does so at the end of the episode.
Just because he could leave doesn't make the torment any less frustrating. I mean, don't you wonder what SpongeBob's next meeting with Patrick would be like?
True, that could be awkward, and bad for SpongeBob to go back on his promise. But what about that awesome twist ending?
The awesome twist ending made the episode creepy.
I guess, if you want to look at it realistically. Especially the part where they kiss Patrick. And now that you mention it, it makes literally no sense for this plot to even happen.
And despite not being Patrick's actual parents, they seem to know quite a bit about him.
Alright, so we can agree that the plot is indeed flimsy at best.
Oh yes, definitely.
But, the thing is... I don't have an argument, I don't have anything to say. Why is this episode good? I don't remember anymore!
Objection! Pie Guy, what about this?
Huh? Where'd you come from? Never mind, let me see that. Of course, that's why I love this episode. I've been forgetting the most important thing. The thing that I value above anything else in a SpongeBob episode. And I think this just might be the evidence I need to prove it. Take that! Now, if you look at this note, and then turn it around and look at the letter on the back, and then turn it around again, you'll see my piece of evidence, the funnel.
What about the funnel?
That joke, among many others, especially before Patrick's fake parents show up, is golden.
Oh yeah, the jokes towards the beginning of the episode are pretty good. Watching some of the later episodes, I forgot that they used smaller jokes while they built up to the big joke of the episode.
And I would even argue that if you can get past some of the more unfortunate implications of the episode, most of the humor does work, even after Pat's fake parents show up.
Like I said, when Patrick turns, it feels very mean-spirited.
And it very well might be. But at least it's not as extreme as, say, a character driving another character to suicide or something like that. I mean, I'm sure the SpongeBob writers would never do something like that. And besides, plenty of SpongeBob episodes have had plot holes and contradictions.
If that's the way you feel, I guess I can see why you find it a good episode.
Likewise, your points make a lot of sense, and I can see why many people dislike the episode based on how hurtful it feels. So I guess we should just agree to disagree. So I'm still gonna call it a good episode.
But I still find it an animated atrocity.
And there you have it, folks. The two reviewers are sticking to their guns on this very polarizing episode. Is it good or an atrocity? You decide!
Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I put a lot of hard work into it, and if you like seeing this kind of review in a weird style, or if you want to see some very long, drawn-out, seasonal SpongeBob reviews, or any other cartoon review really, I talk a lot about cartoons here, feel free to hit that subscribe button if you haven't subscribed yet. Super special awesome thanks to the mysterious Mr. Enter for being a part of this video. The conversation you saw our characters have here pretty much happened in real life. Go subscribe to him if you haven't already. If you like my stuff, you're gonna love his. He recently did a video where he actually reviewed this episode amongst many other where Patrick is less than a nice person, and I highly recommend that video as well as all the others in his animated Atrocities series. And hey, maybe I'll pop up in one of those animated Atrocity videos at some point. Who knows? Also, I want to give a super special thanks to my girlfriend and artist, Erin, for doing all of the wonderful Phoenix Wright style artwork you see in this video. The video literally would not be able to be possible without her unless you wanted to see some really terrible MS Paint version of this. And she also had a random cameo in the video. Be sure to give her some internet hugs down in the comments. One final note. If there's any other episode that you guys think is a bad episode that I reviewed and gave it a good episode moniker, feel free to let me know, and I'll do another one of these style reviews in the future, with possibly another guest. Pieguyrulz, out.